Northwoods Studio, and as you can see, we have some interesting boxes to open here today. Today's video is all about beginner watercolor supplies and getting started on a budget. And it also may or may not include some beginner plein air watercolor supplies. This video is sponsored by Meeden, who was kind enough to send me some of their products to test out and try. Meeden is a company that I have known and used before they ever reached out to me. All of my watercolor palettes are by Meeden, as are my ceramic mixing trays. They're all by Meeden as well. So come on in and let's open these boxes and see what's inside. Okay, so let's open this first box here. It's on its side. I'm a little worried everything might spill out. Oh, it's a box within a box. Okay, here's the first box. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. What should I open first? Let's try this. Ooh, a porcelain brush wash bowl. Let's see if I can get a little closer there. Okay, this looks interesting. I don't have anything like this, I don't think. That's so cute. Look at how pretty and nice and white and shiny it is. It's nice and heavy. This is clearly real porcelain ceramic. You can feel that it is. It's very heavy and sturdy. There's no risk that you would knock this over on your desk, like some people have with plastic ones. That would be me. All right, let's see what the next thing is. It is Meeden Watercolor Paper, 100% cotton. This is their 10.2 by 7 inch, I think it's a block. Cold press, acid-free, 20 sheets. It looks like a block. It looks like it's glued down to me. These supplies are all super inexpensive on their website. Maybe I can put up the prices somewhere. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've been looking for some cheaper 100% cotton paper alternatives. I love Arches, but it's very expensive. So I was really excited to try this paper out. I'm really glad they sent it to me. I'm really, fingers crossed, it's a good paper, because I am looking for a cheaper 100% cotton paper. And then, let's see, what's this? Oh, a watercolor paintbrush set. 10 pieces, it says. Here, let's take the shiny plastic off. There we go. I'll show you that if you can see that. And then, let's see this last thing in here. This is the Meeden Watercolor Paint Set, 24 colors. So, again, this is their student grade line, which is, you know, their beginner supplies. But there can be a big difference between student grades. Some can be almost professional quality and some are not great to use. This is all inexpensive. So I checked, and everything, this whole set, you can get on their website for $39.95. And I think this would be a great way to get a student or a beginner started with watercolor if they were interested in it. So let's open this up so we can check this out. So here are their color tubes. And let's see, let's take a look at these tubes. They have the pigment color on the tube. You know, I like to see that. Let's get a little bit of a closer look here. I can see already they have the pigment number, as well as the transparency. So like semi-opaque versus transparent. Let's take one of these out here. So let's take out the yellow ochre. Let's see. It's got the ACMI code, which means it's safe to use. If it doesn't have this little seal right there, let's see if it'll focus. That little seal right there is what tells you that the pigment is safe. If it doesn't have that seal, then it's going to have ingredients in it that aren't safe. And it says right on there, non-toxic, conforms to the ASTM. So this is the light fast rating, is the ASTM. That's great. So I'm thinking these plus signs on the front must be the ASTM ratings. They're all +3. That one's +2. Let's see if I can compare. Yeah, so I'm thinking the little pluses, here I'll hold them up so you can see. I'm thinking the pluses are the light fast ratings. Let's see if you can see that there. So let's take a look at this PV19. This is, so PV19 Rose, this is going to be like your quinacridone violet right here. And it seems like everything should be. So all of the colors are rated 3 pluses except the orange yellow is 2. I'm just double checking to make sure I'm right there. Yep. So these should all be mostly good to use. I maybe wouldn't use that orange. I'd probably mix my own from the more light fast colors. But all the rest of them look like they're rated well. So I'm going to want to swatch these and then, oh no wait, there's another thing to open. Duh. Hang on everybody. I almost forgot the big thing. All right. And this is the other thing they sent me. Whoops. I can't see it though. All right, this is the other thing they sent me. Let's open this up. I'm pretty sure this is from them. There wasn't a label on the outside of this one, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, it is. It's from them. Okay. And a box within a box. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm super excited to try this. This is their Plein Air watercolor easel, and I'm really excited to try this. Let's open it up and take a look at it. I'm kind of hoping that after we do some swatching here in the studio, that maybe I can take you out somewhere into nature and set it up and see how it works as a Plein Air easel. That's my plan anyway, unless like the weather is really horrible all week. In which case we might have to just set it up in the studio. All right, here we are. I see, I think, some instructions here on how to put it together. Assembly instructions. It includes the tripod, a drawing board, a painting palette, and a portable bag. I'll just hold the instructions up here for you to see. It does not look too complicated to put together. I should be able to do this. And then let's see, here are the parts. So here is part 1. And then I think underneath this is the tripod. Yep, there it is. All right, I'm just gonna make sure the tripod's in here and everything looks okay. The tripod is in here with its carrying bag. Right there. All right. And this looks like this would definitely fit in my Plein Air backpack, and I could hang this off the side or carry it as well. Before we try setting this up, let's move you from here to here, and we'll swatch all these out and see how they work. And then I'll probably either film me setting this up in here or out in the field, hopefully, and we'll go from there. All right, let's do this. I'm really excited to try them. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I am now set up in my studio. I think I probably just did a voiceover about getting stung by a bee while I was out in the field. I will say that Plein Air easel was absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed it. It was super lightweight to carry. It was super easy to set up. It held everything securely. I highly recommend that to everybody, whether you're a beginner or not. I would not call that easel a beginner easel. It was very wonderful. So yeah, it's raining today and I didn't really feel like going back out into the field. So I drew a cardinal on my paper with one of my color erase pencils. I think it was the terracotta one. And we're going to get started. I'm going to start with the biggest round brush in the set. We've got the set here. And I've got the Meeden paints here, and this is the Meeden paper, and we're going to get going. Okay, so I started this thinking I wasn't going to paint a background on this cardinal, and about 45 minutes in, after the first layer is dry, I changed my mind. So I'm starting this with just a light wash of one of the reds, and I'm just dropping in some darker, cooler red in some spots here now. You can see it more noticeably here. I've cooled it down even more. I'm dropping this paint into the areas. It's all still wet, damp. So I'm dropping it right into the damp areas and trying to get the right shades and tones and warmth and coolness for the various parts of the bird. Here you can see even more noticeably the dark. I'm putting in some of the darks here now. I want to say I really enjoyed using these watercolors. The paper was great. The watercolors were great. Here I am deciding to put in a background. I feel like these were above better quality they weren't comparable to any other student grade paints that I've tried. I don't feel that these are actually student grade paints. Or paper or brushes. I feel like for sure at least intermediate. And the best part is they are, especially if you buy this kit that they sent me, this whole kit with the paints, the paper, the brushes, and the ceramic the ceramic washing well, which you can't see, it's off camera. All of those, like individually it's more, but if you buy the kit, it's $39.95, and that is a spectacular deal. And if you're looking for someone like for a birthday gift or a holiday gift who is wanting to get into watercolor and you don't want to give them like super cheap, box store type paints, you want to give them something a little bit better, this set is definitely the way to go. I actually have a certain someone that I'm thinking of getting this set for, who she has done some acrylic painting, and I think she might like to try watercolors, and I think this might be a good set to start her with. So if you've got someone like that in your life who is just getting into watercolors, or, intermediate level, but maybe needs some new supplies, this would be the way to go. And the easel was spectacular. I ended up using that all summer. I switched from my other plein air setup to that easel. It was so lightweight and so easy and quick to set up. And it wasn't heavy to carry it for, several miles through the woods. I really enjoyed it. So here I'm just adding in some dark shadows on the bird. This is a mix of, I think, that bluey black color. I think it was maybe a Mars black. It was more of a bluey black, so I was using it to tone things down. And then for the black around his beak, I actually mixed in some brown with that black, so it's not just pure black. I've said it before, black is the absence of color and actually doesn't occur naturally in nature. I like to mix some blue or some brown or some red in with whatever black that I might be using to make it look more natural and more realistic, especially when you're painting something super realistic like this bird that I'm doing here. I also really enjoyed this. I love to paint birds, and for some reason this watercolor just went so smoothly. I really enjoyed it. And in fact, I think I'm thinking about doing maybe another watercolor video on how to paint really realistic birds. If anybody's interested in seeing that, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. I enjoyed painting this one so much that I think I'd like to do some more. So if you'd like to see that, drop that down below. And I'm also thinking of maybe, instead of doing time lapses, maybe just showing clips of actual real time. So that's another thing I'd like to know. Would you rather see the whole process as a time lapse, or would you rather see clips that are shorter of real time of the actual process, but just clips, if that makes sense? Let me know what you'd rather see in the comments below. I'd really appreciate the feedback, you guys. And also sorry for the missed footage when my battery died. Okay, you guys, so there is my finished painting using the Meeden watercolor paper, the Meeden paints, and the Meeden brushes. I think these paints are an excellent student grade paint option. I think they're affordable. I think this whole set would be great for someone who's looking to get into watercolor painting. This is all watercolor. There is no colored pencil or gouache or anything like that. It's just purely the Meeden watercolors. I tried to keep the background a little bit looser for fun. And then made the focal point of the cardinal much more realistic. The paints are very pigmented. They spread beautifully on the paper. The paintbrushes held up well. This little one I was doing quite a bit of scrubbing with. I do think I lost a little footage here somewhere. Yeah, my battery ran out and I went to get a new battery and I don't think I turned it on again right away. But hopefully you got to see enough that it was informative for you. I really like, again, how the paints have the pigments and the light fastness and the opacity right on the front. I did a whole background wet of this block. It's not taped down, it's just on the block. It buckled ever so slightly, but not much, so it held up well to doing a full-on watercolor wash with out taping it down on a board. So yeah, I can honestly say I recommend this set to anybody. I think they're priced at like student grade price. I don't know if they're, but I definitely say they're a little bit better than student grade. Like maybe intermediate level grade. So if someone you know is getting to, if someone you know is looking to get into watercolors and needs a whole setup like this, I highly recommend it. And then of course the whole Plein Air watercolor easel, glorious. That is definitely like pro level. The easel, I highly recommend that as well. That would make a great gift for someone for Christmas or birthday, that Plein Air easel. I had an unfortunate experience with the bee stinging me, but I definitely plan to get back outside and use it some more. So there you go. There is the Meeden. Is this even Meeden? I think these might be Meeden too, even though they didn't send me these. I think I bought these on my own. Like I said, I've used Meeden products before, and I recommend all of this. If you're looking for real-time tutorials and sketchbook prompts and a community to hang out with and talk about art, all of that is available over in my Patreon. All my new tiers will be listed down below if you want to join me over there on Patreon. And until next time, happy creating!